Imagine if you could go back in time and give your younger self one piece of advice that would save him months, or even years, of rejection, confusion, and wasted energy on girls who don't care. Today, I'm going to teach you that exact skill. How to instantly know if a girl isn't interested in you. And I promise you, once you master this, dating will never confuse you again. If I could talk to my younger self, the very first thing I would tell him about dating is this. Stop wasting time on girls who aren't into you. Seriously, this one skill will save you months, maybe even years, of confusion, frustration, and emotional exhaustion. Most men make the same huge mistake. They confuse kindness, politeness, and casual attention for interest. That trap? It keeps you chasing women who don't care while you burn out emotionally. So how do you actually know if she's not into you? Here's the truth. Attraction is clear, indifference is always obvious, and confusion exists only in your hope. Let's start with the first skill every man must master: reading her behavior in context. Imagine you meet a girl in your everyday environment, school, work, or even a cafe. Observe her closely. Does her behavior match the environment, or is it unusual? This is your first clue. For example, a waitress smiling at you while taking your order? That doesn't mean she's attracted to you. She's doing her job. Or think about a colleague who treats you kindly and respectfully. Politeness does not equal interest, it's professional courtesy. Now imagine the same colleague suddenly joking with you, teasing you playfully, laughing more when you're around, or stepping slightly outside expected professional behavior. That's different. She's breaking norms, drawing your attention, and showing subtle attraction. Same thing happens in school. A girl who teases you, lightly hits you playfully, or acts unusually around you. She's likely interested. Why? Attraction creates chaos. It makes people break social rules to get attention. Always ask, is this behavior normal for her environment, or is she doing something unique around me? Personality also matters. An introverted girl who suddenly becomes outgoing around you? Clear sign of interest. An extrovert who's friendly with everyone? Friendly behavior doesn't equal attraction. Context, consistency, and personality are key. Next, the second critical sign most men misread: kindness without testing. Many guys assume that a girl who is polite, calm, and agreeable is signaling interest. Wrong. When a girl is attracted, she instinctively tests you. She teases, challenges your opinions, and even pokes at your confidence. Why? Because she's emotionally invested and wants to gauge your strength, humor, and authenticity. These little tests are sparks of attraction. If she's calm, agreeable, and never challenges you, she's likely indifferent. Think of it like talking to a hotel receptionist: polite, professional, emotionally neutral. No spark, no unpredictability, no tension equals no attraction. Watch for agreement patterns. If she nods at everything you say, never disagrees, and doesn't express opinions, that's a warning sign. Genuine interest creates emotional engagement. Calm, agreeable behavior doesn't mean easygoing. It means she's not interested. Even small interactions matter. If she never critiques, teases, or playfully provokes, she's not invested. Someone who likes you wants tension and push-pull dynamics, even in subtle ways. Flat interactions equals indifference. Here's why most men misread this. Our brains are wired to overinterpret tiny signals. From caveman times, men were conditioned to see smiles or attention as potential interest. Today, that instinct makes men misread kindness for attraction. But kindness alone is meaningless. Observe context, testing, and emotional energy. Another overlooked sign is lack of consistent effort. If she never initiates contact, replies late, cancels plans often, or always has excuses, that's a clear message. Politeness and smiles may hide the truth, but consistent behavior always reveals her real feelings. Your brain may try to protect you with hope. She's busy, she's shy, or maybe she's not ready yet. Ignore hope. Watch her actions. When a girl genuinely likes you, she finds ways to engage. She remembers details, double texts occasionally, teases playfully, or even argues for attention. She invests energy in subtle ways. When she's not interested, she disappears behind polite gestures. Small, haha, or ah, moments are hollow politeness, not emotional connection. Let me share a personal experience. I once thought a girl liked me because she smiled, laughed, and joked. But she never reached out first, often canceled, and never remembered details I shared. The truth? She wasn't interested. When I stopped chasing her, she never tried to engage. That silence was my closure. The politeness had been my trap. Here's a rule you must remember. If you're guessing, the answer is no. Real interest is clear. Indifference is unmistakable. When a woman likes you, she makes it obvious. She engages, invests, and creates small moments of connection. When she's indifferent, she hides behind politeness, smiles without depth, and keeps you guessing. Now that you understand the basics, context, testing, and effort, it's time to explore the subtle, high-precision signals that show whether she's genuinely interested or not. These are the signs most men completely miss, and why they get trapped chasing women who are indifferent. First, let's talk about attention and memory. When a girl likes you, she will remember details you share. Maybe a story, an inside joke, or even something casual you mentioned in passing. She references them later, which is not coincidence, it's emotional engagement. She cares enough to think about you even when you're not around. Contrast that with a girl who isn't interested. She forgets your stories, ignores details, and never follows up. Share something meaningful, and her response might be a flat, "Oh, okay," or "Yeah, got it." There's no spark, no connection, no emotional investment, just polite acknowledgement. Next, pay attention to her effort in communication. A girl who likes you will find ways to interact: quick texts, playful jokes, or small challenges. She engages consistently. A girl who isn't interested, you're always the one initiating. She rarely starts conversations, replies slowly or minimally, and cancels plans frequently with excuses. This consistent pattern reveals the truth. Another clear indicator is energy and emotional investment. Attraction produces subtle emotional spikes. A girl who likes you leans in, laughs more around you, teases, or mirrors your movements unconsciously. She's slightly unpredictable because attraction triggers playful chaos. A girl who's indifferent, her energy is flat. She's calm, polite, and predictable. No spark, no push-pull, no playful tension. Always remember, attraction equals emotional spikes. Indifference equals flatlines. Now, let's explore body language, which often speaks louder than words. A girl who likes you will often lean in, maintain longer eye contact, subtly touch you, or mirror your movements. She finds ways to create closeness. A girl who isn't interested, she keeps her distance, avoids touch, and her posture is closed off. Her body reflects indifference. Also, watch for playfulness and unpredictability. Attraction naturally introduces slight chaos, teasing, challenging, or provoking small conflicts, not to hurt you, but to gauge your reaction and create tension. Indifferent girls are predictable, calm, and smooth. They never stir emotions. Here's a mental trick that will save you from misreading signals. Constantly ask yourself, would she behave like this if she didn't care at all? If yes, right pointing arrow, she's not interested. If no, right pointing arrow, she probably is. For instance, if she reaches out first, teases you, remembers details, or bends minor social rules just for you, that's interest. If she's calm, polite, distant, and predictable, that's indifference. Texting patterns also reveal a lot. If she's not interested, replies are slow, minimal, and she rarely initiates. She may sprinkle in, haha, or ah, to appear friendly, but that's hollow politeness. A girl who likes you engages energetically, playful texts, quick replies, questions, and sometimes little arguments just to get attention. She finds ways to stay connected because you matter to her. Stop overanalyzing excuses. Indifferent girls will always have a reason. I'm busy, I'm tired, I forgot. Your mind may try to protect you with hope, but consistent behavior over time tells the truth. She's not investing, she's showing you clearly. Here's a personal story. I once pursued a girl I thought liked me. She smiled, laughed, and joked occasionally. I convinced myself she was interested. But she never initiated contact, canceled plans often, and forgot small details I shared. When I stopped pursuing her, she never reached out. Her silence was my closure. Politeness had kept me trapped for months. Remember this rule. If you are guessing, the answer is no. Real interest is obvious. Indifference is unmistakable. A girl who likes you makes it clear, through engagement, effort, attention, and subtle chaos. A girl who's indifferent hides behind politeness, smiles without depth, and keeps you guessing. Here's a practical checklist to instantly recognize interest versus indifference. Environment context. Is her behavior unusual for the setting? Unusual equals interest. Normal equals probably not. Testing behavior. Does she tease, challenge, or provoke you playfully? No tests equals indifference. Communication patterns. Does she initiate and respond energetically? No equals not interested. Energy and emotional investment. Is she emotionally engaged around you? Flat energy equals indifference. Body language. Leaning in, mirroring, or playful touch equals attraction. Closed off equals indifference. Predictability, unpredictable, playful, teasing equals interest. Calm, predictable equals indifference. Texting cues. Fast, playful, engaged equals interest. Slow, minimal, polite equals not interested. Consistency. Repeated patterns over time reveal true intentions. Finally, understand this deeply. You don't need verbal rejection for clarity. Her actions already speak volumes. If she's not interested, she won't challenge you, tease you, or engage emotionally. Politeness might keep you hanging, but consistent indifference is louder than any words. Next time you feel unsure, ask, does she give me attention, effort, emotional engagement, and playful tension, or is she calm, polite, predictable, and distant? If it's the latter, stop chasing her. Walk away with dignity. Remember, you are not hard to love. You are just chasing someone who doesn't want to love you. When a woman is truly interested, she engages, invests, teases, challenges, remembers, and creates connection. When she's indifferent, everything she doesn't do tells the truth. Stop guessing. Stop hoping. Start observing. Protect your time, energy, and heart. Focus only on women who show up emotionally, mentally, and energetically. That's the ultimate dating strategy. Once you internalize this, dating stops being confusing and becomes clear, natural, and effortless. Stay strong, respect yourself, and remember this one phrase for life. Actions never lie, hope does.